Okay, guys, I yesterday sent you the answer key, but I wanted to work through most of it. I think I have all the problems that I gave you, minus maybe problem 7. But anyways, let's get started. So I just want to remind you guys, tomorrow we're going to have a quiz. Don't forget, whenever it's a multiply, regular numbers, we still multiply, right? That 4 times 3 is 12. And then we have to remember, I'm going to now take these u's and times them together, but whenever you multiply x with exponents, you add exponents. So that 2 there and that 2 there makes u4. So we add when multiplying with exponents. Regular numbers, we still multiply, right? Now, the last thing we have to do are these v's. So I want to remind you is we're going to add those exponents, right? And with the calculator, everyone knows how to type in a fraction. And notice when I added these together, I get a mixed number. So don't forget, we need to do shift and our fraction button in order to convert it to a regular, what we call improper fraction. So I added 3/4 plus 4/3, and I got 25/12. And that should be the correct answer for number 1. Now look at number 3 here, guys. This time I have this 32K10, but both of them are to the 7/5 power here. There is no multiply like we saw in problem number 1. So we have to remember that with this 32 right here, we're going to do a regular power on it. So let me bring this in now. So I just want to remind you that whenever you do a power, make sure you use parentheses with those fractions. Okay, because if you don't, you will get wrong answers. So anyways, 32 to the 7/5 power is 128. So regular numbers, in this case, we're going to do the power on it like we learned many, many years ago. Now, what about K10 to the 7/5? Well, this right here, whenever we have power on power, we're going to multiply. So I'm actually going to take 10 times 7/5. I'm doing it old school here to save a little time. So notice I get 70/5. So now I can divide by 5, and I will get 14. So hopefully this is helping you review for tomorrow's quiz. All right, let's take a look at number 2. So I don't have any regular numbers, but I do have a 3 to the 3/2. Again, I have to take 3 times 3/2. And that, of course, is a to the 9/2. And then I'm going to take b 1/2. Because I have, again, power on power, I'm going to multiply 1/2 times 3/2, which is 3/4. Because remember, with multiply, you just multiply straight across. So I have b to the 3/4. Okay, number 5. I want to remind you about minuses. Don't forget to distribute your minus. See how I'm doing a minus on everything to the right of the minus. When there's a minus, then it becomes a plus. So I hope you agree. Everything here, I did this minus on. It's now all done here. So now I just need to combine these carefully. So I have an x3. Here I have a minus 4x3. 1 minus 4 is negative 3x3. X3s are done. I have a minus x2. At the end here, I have a minus 3x2. Minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4x2. You can only add, subtract terms that are exactly the same letter and power, right? I have a minus 8x. I have a 5x. This 5 minus 8 is minus 3x. The x's are done. And if you circle, match, and cross out like I'm showing you here, guys, you will never miss anything that's extra. So notice I have a minus 8x4. Now, ideally, we would take this, move it to the front, and then it would be in standard form. But on the quiz, guys, you don't have to do that, okay? You don't have to do that. That right there will be full credit. It is the correct answer. It's out of order. It's not what we call standard form, but it's still a valid, good answer. Okay, next. I want to remind you guys with the plus, we are not changing any signs over here. So really, with a plus, guys, you basically can ignore these parentheses. Absolutely ignore the parentheses, because with the plus, no signs change. So I'm just going to start matching them up. I have a 7R3 here, 5R3 there, 7 and 5 is 12R3. R3s are done. I have a R4 here, R4 here. 7 and 7 is 14R4. R4s are done. I have a regular 1 here, minus 7. 1 minus 7 is minus 6. The numbers are done. And again, if you circle and match like I do, you'll never miss any extra terms. Just saying. So the 8R squared, I throw there at the end. Again, we can arrange these in order here, guys. R4, R3, R2, and number. But you don't have to for my quiz. Moving on. Distributive property, guys. Notice there is no plus or minus. I'm literally going to take 6v3. I'm going to times it with 4v3. I'm going to take 6v3 again. I'm going to times it with this 5. Again, this is called distributive property. This will times this, then times that. So let's finish it up here. I know that the 6 and the 4 is 24. The V3 times the V1 is V4. When multiplying, we add exponents. 6 times 5 is a 30 with a V3. Don't forget the V3 in this case. Distributive property, guys. Next one. Here we go. I know I need to take 7n times 2n. 7n will also times the minus 4. If you look, you hopefully can see, oh, I got to now do this negative 8 here. Negative 8 will times 2n. Negative 8 will times negative 4. So, what do I have here? 14n squared minus 28n minus 16n plus 32. It's done, except we do have some like terms. 14n squared minus 28 minus 16. Please use a calculator on integers, guys, when you need to. That's minus 44n with a 32. Guys, I'm just going to do one more little reminder. On this one, guys, to save time, guys, you should have done this, this, and this, and then taken the 7 and distributed it. This, and this. Because my video is running a little long, guys, I didn't want to make it too much longer, so that's how you would do number 9. Now, number 10, I want to remind you that squared means I have 2 of these. Please remember to expand it out. This is what we call expanding. We write it out. And now it's just a matter of doing the math, right? I'm doing my distributive property here. Minus 8 times 4m and minus 8 times minus 8. So this is 16m squared. This minus 32m. This another minus 32m. And this a 64. We have some m's. So my final answer is 16m squared These come together as minus 64M with a plus 64. So guys, hopefully I did a very good job. You're able to understand step by step what I was talking about. I'll see you in class tomorrow for the quiz.